have light, light is about, it brings avoidance. Avoidance. That there will be people who will, when the light is on you, there's a group of folk who will always avoid you. Some of you right now are trying to figure out why certain people don't answer your call anymore. I know you got my message. Let me tell you why they won't. Because of the light on you. You go to a warehouse, you go to an old abandoned home, and when you flip the light on, all the rodents and all the roaches, they scatter. Because creepy things and low down things don't like light. If you look carefully in the scripture when you get home, the Bible declares that God moved upon the face of the deep. God dwelt in darkness. The idea that those of us who are theologians understand that God has always dwelt in darkness because he is mysterious. That's why even when you pray, you close your eyes because you're trying to tune stuff out, but you're trying to find God in the darkness. And when you find God, you have this revelation of God. Light comes, but your eyes are still closed. I'm going somewhere because God's in the dark. And watch what happens. And so when God creates the heavens and the earth, because God existed before his creation, God was in darkness. But then when God created the heavens and the earth, God released the part of himself that was revelation, so that everything he created could have a revelation of who he was. So that light was God saying, the only way they gonna know me is I gotta put me out there, because if I create them without putting me out there, they'll never know who created them. Jesus is the light. I don't care how dark it gets in your life. If you got Jesus, you got revelation. You can be in the midst of a dark situation, but if you got Jesus, you got the light. Am I talking to anybody up in here today? That's what they were trying to do on Calvary. They were trying to put the light out. When they crucified him, they were trying to put the light out. When we let our light shine, people ought to see our witness, and it points them to our God. That our lives are to touch the lives of other people. So God intentionally puts us in situations where we fellowship. We should never be islands to ourselves. But God says, I put you in relationship. You are wired for relationship. Because as a result of those relationships, you are to influence people based on your virtues, based on your morality, based on the things that are in you. Now, you got to understand how to use the light that's on you. Because men sit in darkness, they saw a great light. But you must understand, when people sit in darkness, the longer they sit in darkness, the more they adapt to darkness. Because light produces heat, and heat produces fire. Light represents revelation, heat represents passion, and fire represents determination. You see, if a person has revelation, then they have a passion, because revelation stimulates that passion. What I know makes me passionate, and when I'm passionate, it makes me determined. But if somebody ever robs you of your revelation, then you'll just give up on life. This is what Jeremiah was when he said, Lord, I quit. But then he remembered that the word revelation was like fire shut up in my bones, because whenever you got revelation, then you got passion. Am I talking to anybody that thanks God for revelation? You thank God that every week you come, you get a revelation that gives you passion to keep running on to see what the end is going to be.
To view this message in its entirety, please log on to www.mountzionanywhere.org.